Hey guys, so I wanted to share my state of the collection 2024, give a little bit of a history of how I got here, and how I guess I amassed a really, really quick, big collection at a pretty quick pace. Um, my story begins on Reddit, believe it or not. And I admittedly, like, I think a lot of people, but not everybody, because I found out that not everybody does this. They start with, I guess, fakes. And I was looking for the Metal Toy DZ fake version of the dough stick that doesn't just go up and down, but also goes left and right. So it zips left and right. And I was looking and looking, and I had a want to buy online, and I didn't really realize that you have to buy extra plates and you have to actually own the Metal Toy DZ version. So, but I kept my eye on the subreddit, and at one point, November 12th, I believe, somebody posted saying that he's going to offload his Fidgets collection. And I didn't know what that meant, but I figured, okay, I will maybe give that a shot. So I spoke to him privately, and he gave me a little bit of background. He's like, I paid this for this, I paid this for this, I paid this for this. And I ended up getting a pretty good lot very quickly. And at a very affordable price. And I kind of got hooked on the Magnus the magic beans, and I wanted to find more. So I learned from Pranav Kumar, who's on Reddit and also in the groups. Shout out that you can that there's a larger community there, which is very, very true. And I had started with want to buys for the items that I was looking for. And I got connected with Zach B. Barreto, who hooked me up with those beans, and also also convinced me to try the crux. And I'll share that in a second. Which I think was a very, very cool fidget. And it's you can buy it at Play for Beans, Mark Chang site, and I mean it's pretty sweet. Meanwhile, I was still trying to find out how to solve my problem with the dough stick. How do you get a dough stick that goes left and right and up and down? And I ended up connecting with Terry Egan in the UK. Shout outs to you guys. And I learned that you have to buy extra plates and this and that. And I ended up going to, I think, one of the EDC sites, either Meta or Big White, whatever it is. And I bought that collection. I don't think I've unboxed it yet. In due time, I will. But I got the real items. I got a stainless steel one, and I got the variety of plates and whatever else. So, I guess at that point, I learned about the Daily Fidget and the Daily Fidget Marketplace, and I started looking, I guess, for items that were sold in bulk. I at first I don't even know how and where it really happens, but I ended up getting a couple of additional bulk items. You do that, you pretty much save per item. So I was able to get a couple of big packages, and as I started building this up, and I started honestly on November 15th. That's when the first package from Reddit arrived. Now today's December 31st. So this is really like a 6-week endeavor, which is a little crazy when you see the state of the collection. but a lot of these are lots. A couple of them are want to buy off one-offs. And I became really, really enamored by Jason Tierney's Fidget Boy items. I thought that they were so cool. I really like. I'm very color heavy. I mean, if you can't tell behind me, I think it's pretty obvious that I'm very fond of color, and I've always been looking for items that kind of serve that purpose. Um, for me, I mean, yeah, ideally I'd like more silent fidgets at this point, and I understand that, but I didn't really know at the time what I was looking for. So I started really kind of with that, and I got into the Fidget Boy stuff pretty quickly. And then from there, I guess I learned about the Fidget Syndicate, also some really cool stuff. I saw these UV light triggered and glow in the dark triggered fidgets, and I was like, wow, I need to go get those too. And I, of course, already had a UV light, so that was very helpful. I'll be investing in another one because if you see the version I have right now, it's not a flashlight. It's just like a black light for the bedroom or something like that. But nonetheless, it's been working pretty well for the videos that I've been providing thus far. Anyway, so it really kind of spiraled, maybe out of control. Some people, I connected with some pretty cool people: Kendall, Chris, Matt, Rebecca, Stevie, Martin. I mean, there's a lot of really cool people out there who have been amazing. Ethan. I can't. If I give, there's so many people like I can name. Eliza. It's never ending. Like there's a lot of people. There's Evan S. There's Michael W. There's a lot of folks that I really would just like to, pay special, attention to and shout outs. But, I know I'm forgetting people, and that's going to be my own. I guess there's just too many people. But this community is amazing, and they've been very helpful with a lot of the things I've been looking for. And and Sito, I definitely have to give shout out to Sito in Singapore. I mean, again, it's never ending. So, a lot of like amazing people I've been able to build relationships with, and folks, I guess, know to come to me, I guess, and say, hey, listen, I have a bulk product package. Are you interested? And I say, yes. And I will say that I am probably going to be offloading a lot of this stuff. I already have a couple of duplicates, so I'm definitely going to be working on that. So stay tuned for that. But for the most part, I'm pretty proud of the collection that I've amassed so far. And I wanted to kind of share that with you, besides just giving you the history of where I came from in the last 6 weeks. Because yes, this is 6 weeks, and if you think about it, it's pretty crazy to kind of see how quick this all happened. Especially when you see that this is me today, Fidget Mom. Tomorrow, I've kind of branched beyond sliders, which I really am most fond of, to spin sticks, which I really like the beads, and I'm very into glow and color. But I probably have to put a stop on that because I'm just getting too many. But the spin sticks are probably something I'm still looking for because I have to probably have a place to put the beads. Spinners are still a TBD on. I'm not so sure what my opinion is of spinners, but some of them feel really good, some of them don't. I don't know. There's a lot of perspectives that I have that aren't shared by others, and that's totally fine. I mean, everybody has their own thing. And like, for example, and I'm going to call attention to it, Sito is looking specifically for the Punchicon Sakura EDC slider. That's like the one thing that Sito would want for 2025. It's going to offload everything else and just focus on that, because that was the experience that he had. And I think that that's pretty cool. But for me, I'm still, I'm still actually, believe it or not, I'm still trying to find my way. So with that being said, I'm going to share an insane amount of stuff. And I have to also just preface this by saying that the way I unbox items is based on the Fidget family and the kids picking out the boxes. Now, if a box just comes in the mail yesterday, I'm going to say, no, that's a new box. Hold off on this. Let's go for an older box. And then they'll pick out an older box or an older package, a poly bag, and they'll give it to me, and I will do unboxings from there. But there's still some pretty significant packages that are in the boxes that I have yet to unbox, and I really need to. Chris, you know what I'm talking about. So with that being said, you're going to see a lot of boxes as well. And this is going to, I guess, add to my State of the Collection 2025, unless for whatever reason I end up selling stuff. But even so, all of these unboxing videos are going to be featured before I offload anything. So, it's all based on, I guess, myself and how the kids react. And, we kind of take it from there. So I'm going to flip the camera, go for the packaging. And I don't know, I don't think it's worth sharing the fakes. Yes, that it was inspiring to kind of start there. I think that most people don't realize that there's a whole world of real fidget makers, and they're not, the clones aren't based on like most of the big makers out there. Like, you won't find like a Magnus clone, as far as I'm aware. You won't find an Edge Industries clone. You won't find some of these other items. You won't find clones of the Fidget Syndicate. You won't find the Fidget Boy, stuff. You won't find those things. And so you really have to be in the community to kind of get to where you want to be. So, one of the things I really did in the beginning was kind of contact everybody on the Fidget Boy community who was selling items and saying, hey, can I buy your lots? And I got a ton of Fidget Boys, literally a ton, but you're only going to see a fraction of it right now because, again, hasn't been unboxed. There is lots to be done. So with that being said, now I'm really going to switch the camera to the state of the collection so you can see where everything is and where I stand as far as ownership of the unboxed items. And then you'll see what I have to process. It's a little crazy. So I'm going to start by saying that my office is an absolute mess. And I decided to showcase all of the items that I have in display cases. I figured that that's the best way to basically appreciate what I have here. You might see an additional one. I just realized I didn't have it in here. But, this is my ottoman, and these are little packages that I'm still trying to get the kids to unbox, but they're not quite there yet. So what I have on the top row here are Bulldog EDC Nux, which are all UV sensitive, which are really cool, and they glow in the dark. I've done a video for that, but that's not going live until sometime in January. A lot of these things have not yet made it live. So just to clarify that I've unboxed things and I've scheduled things in advance, but today is December 31st and I am putting this live today, obviously because it's a little bit more of a time sensitive type of thing. So the second row, there's a couple of Etsy items. There's a Mackie item. There's the N-Star Plus. The third row, it's Signets, which were, I don't know if you call them fakes, but they were inspired by a crowdfunding campaign that didn't quite materialize in the way that most people wanted it. And I don't know. I decided I really liked them, and there were people they were on Temu, so I got those. The kids really like it. I am not, you shouldn't have, the young kids shouldn't have it. That's why they were pulled, because the magnets were very strong. But I mean, I have this here, and my youngest is 8, and he's not going to be eating any of these things anytime soon. There's a slider that I got from AliExpress on the next one. I'm not really sure what the brand name is, but I think I have it somewhere. There's a 01 EDC mechanical slider next to it, and there's some unknown slider next to that. I have my first MMM. That's my Mega Mini Mame from LIC on the next row, and then a bunch of Fidget Syndicate items there. Then there's again a couple of other items here, and a cap spinner, a vibe totem, MZM Digital Designs. This is that 100 coin. Is a flipster, OG flipster. And there's a couple of other Chinese sliders next to that, which again will be featured in some later videos. There's Loudy, there's the new Key Eye items, and there's a tuning fork next to that. There's the crux that I was talking about. This, I forget what it is, but I already did the unboxing, I think, for that. That's a Gao cashew slider, which is a really nice mechanical slider that my daughter happens to really like. There's a couple of milk coins from EDC. There's a pill, there's a Mackie spinner, there's a Sage Mukume Sage, there's 2 Fidget Boy spinners, and there's a Tango EDC mechanical slider with more of that coming on this display case. Again, my office is an absolute mess, and there's stuff all over the place. And then we go here. I've done quite a bit of, I guess, unboxings of these. This one over here is some random Amazon one. The one next to that, I think, is Haptic EDC, I think. There's the milk slider. There's Ill Will Eponym. This is a unboxing that I did a while ago. So I think there's Fidget Manufacturer. There's Cladis Verk. There's a Verk and a Rogue or a Magnus, some sort of collaboration. And then I have to fix that over there, but these are 2 Peacock spin sand sliders, which I happen to really like. I think they slide, and they slide really nicely. Again, another MZM Digital Designs, and I forget the one over there at the end, but it's featured somewhere. So yeah, and then I have a couple of NJT haptic coins. There's another haptic coin next to it. I forget what it is, but I happen to think that that one's a lot more fun because it just has more functionality than the other ones. There's a Loudy Beal Crash. There's the, I'm not sure I forget what these are, but yeah, those are all featured in some other videos. And then there's some wrapped lights over there. This I don't even see here. I'd have to go and open the baby up, which is blocked by the other one. So let's hold on a second. All right, so we have some Wanwu sliders. We have this I've featured elsewhere. It's an interesting ZHEDC slider, which you never want to take apart in your life, because you will have 12 balls to shake to find, and they're really, really small. So I'm not going to play too much with this one right now. This one over here is a $14 fidget that I got from Temu, which I actually think is a really, really nice one. Surprisingly, I don't like the one on Amazon as much, and it looks like it would be glow in the dark, but I don't think it is. So that one's a little bit of a disappointment. Then you have 3 compo forms. This is the 1.1 mini, this is the 2.1, and this is the coin. This is an EDC coin glow in the dark slider. These are 2 pond hopper spinners, and then we have a bunch of Cladis and Magnus Verks, and then we have some fat squids, and again some of those inspired signets. And as we move down, I think these are a lot more Magnuses. Basically the Magnuses end right over here, so these are all Magnuses, and then I think this is a mechanical slider from China or something. And this is the Punchicon by Sakura EDC, which I was talking about earlier. I don't know which haptic, I forget which haptic coin this is, but there's that. And then there's the Metal Toy DZ Rain and the Top C, bunch of those things there. There's an Aura EDC Nebula. I don't know which one that is, and I misappropriated it in a video. Gonna have to figure out how and whose that is. There's a couple of mechanical sliders there. 9 Hands is there as well. You see I have also over here, this is a Chonky, which is anodized to see if it was crystal titanium, which it's not. This is, I think, some sort of YDC, I think, mechanical ring. We have the Mui space spinner. I think that's the Mott over there next to it. A couple of click bars from Compoform. I don't know what this is over there, but then I have my beans, my magic beans, and a couple more top Metal Toy Top Z Rain items here. So yeah, then we move off to number 3, and this is the third one this is the final one for now, and they are all Fidget Boys. I have to buy more of these cases, or rather I already have, because this is a fraction of what is left to unbox, just put it that way. There's some pretty cool things here. So yeah, none of these are actually duplicates, even though they might look the same. Some of them are crunchy, some of them are not. So, but I will be offloading some of those duplicates, and there is somebody who is going to get them. Shout out to Josh. So yeah, so this is the bulk of my collection right here, and my messy office with all the boxes that we've been unboxing and have yet to clean up fully. But then I have to share the to-do pile. I'm going to keep it just like that, without saying anything further. I mean, I don't want to expose any addresses and everything like that, as I promised to everybody. So those are based on what the kids decide. So what they choose is what I unbox. And again, if it's new or if it's not, I tell them to pick out something that's relatively old, so that I can get these ready. And my goal is, I guess, in 2025 to get all of these scheduled for the whole year. Hopefully we'll never miss a day. But I mean, only weekdays. I don't post on weekends. But that's the plan. I think there's going to be just a lot more to do. I mean, seriously, there's quite a collection here. And yes, that big box over there is a box of fidgets. So yes, there may be 2 or 3 boxes here that are not, but we'll find out when we unbox. But that's the plan for the next year. I'm going to make sure these kids cooperate, maybe do some unboxings right now. But that's, what I plan to do. So that's the state of the collection. I did the best I could to memorize what I have here. But, there's just so many to keep track of. So I did the best I could. The last thing I'm going to add is, as my kids say, please like and subscribe. There's a lot for you to see. There's no shortage of fun stuff that you're going to be able to see in the next couple of weeks, months. I will be switching things around. I'll be maybe trading and selling and whatever else. So there is going to be a lot of excitement as this grows and as this continues to happen. And again, my goal is really, I mentioned it in my second video, FAQs, even though it was like, why are you answering FAQs in the beginning? My goal is to really kind of get momentum, because I think that there's a lot of potential for the fidget community to grow much larger. I think we're going to do some 3D printing at a STEM camp that I'm hoping to launch in 2026. And this is really kind of building that kind of momentum within the community throughout the people who might be interested in going, and of course the fidget community itself. So that's my warning that it's noon, and I'm going to prepare this video to go live now sometime soon. But you have a really messy office. That's not typical of my standard process here, but again, this is what the plan is for. There's been just a lot of stuff coming, and again, getting things in bulk helps quite a lot. But don't expect to see the same stuff in 2025 or whatever else it would be. We'll just see how it goes. And thank you again for watching. And again, as my kids say, like and subscribe, and please share with your friends.